Hi, everybody. Happy Friday, or whenever it is that you are hearing this. I hope you've had a good week. I am still just buzzing over Pixie's episode. I think that she embraces her journey so well, and that is something that I am always working on, but especially kind of right now. If you've been following me on social media, you know that my father recently passed away. And I know some of these episodes are a little bit, we record at different times. So, by the time you are hearing this, it's been about 2 weeks actually since his passing. But I have always been I've just always been a person that allows life to kind of take me where it's going to take me. And I kind of flow with the wind essentially. And if there's something in my life that I feel like I need to do, I do it. And I don't really worry about what I was already doing. I'm really good at hitting life with a plot twist whenever it is that I feel like it. And I've always been really good at that. It's been something that's probably driven my parents crazy, even though they didn't always tell me that it drove them crazy, but I'm sure it did, considering that they watched me go to school and then leave school and then go back to school and get married when I was 20 and then get divorced and then, and so on and so forth. So, but one thing I've always been really big about is embracing the journey that you're on and loving the journey that you're on, and also being really proud of the journey that you're on, because whatever journey you're on, whatever path you're on, wherever you are right now in this moment that you're listening to this podcast, whoever you are in this moment, it's enough. It is enough. And it's crazy how enough it is. And you may not even realize it. You may look at where you are in your journey and be disappointed with where you're at. And those are all just thoughts. The enemy, whoever that is, whether it be your subconscious or the universe or, whatever it is that you believe is pulling you away from your purpose, they're just thoughts. Because at the end of the day, the only thing you have is who you are in this moment, because tomorrow's not promised. And I think one thing that I'm learning right now, currently in this moment, is that Danielle, who holds people up all the time, and Danielle that makes sure that people feel unified and loved and full of light, is still here. She's still here. She is speaking into this microphone, into your ear, but she is a little broken right now. And I'm learning that that's okay. I'm learning that sometimes breaking into 1,000 pieces is the only way that we move forward. And it's funny because I talk about that all the time in my classes. I talk about that all the time on my social media. I talk about that all the time with friends going through hard things. But I think when life throws such massive curveballs at you, for those of you that don't know, my dad and I'm very close to my whole family, but my dad and I are best friends. He is my soulmate. I think that we were probably related in other lives. I've always been so connected with him on so many levels beyond father-daughter. We could read each other's mind. He predicted when I was going to call. I predicted when he was going to call. And he has that same connection with my son. So this loss is more than just grieving for me. This loss has been earth-shattering, I think. And I know that this is a moment in my life where everything is going to change. Even if some things stay the same, everything is going to change. And I am learning right now how to embrace that through the hurt and the heartache and just the constant buzzing and tinging reminder that dad is no longer physically here. And yes, I believe in signs. And yes, I believe that my dad is all around me. I'm fully, fully, fully aware of that. But I am struggling right now with how to exist in a world without my dad. And my thing right now is just, who am I in this space? And how do I embrace that? Because it's not something I want to embrace. Everybody talks about the dead dad club, and I do not want to be a part of this club. It's a club that nobody wants to be a part of. And I guess I am now. And how do I embrace that? How do I let that become part of my journey? So I guess my call to action today is for you and for me that embracing the journey is not always the easiest option. Embracing your journey and loving every single part of yourself and what you've been through is not always easy, or sometimes it's easier said than done, right? I can sit here and I can say, yes, the fact that my dad is brilliant and the fact that my dad is full of light and everybody remembered his smile and his Hawaiian shirts, and the fact that even when he was feeling shitty, he still made sure everybody else around him was taken care of. He still made time to tell a joke. All of those qualities live on inside of me. I know that. And I know that eventually those things will be what heals me and gets me through this. However, I'm also the call to action. If you are experiencing anything similar, whether it be through grief or just a hard gut punch or a hard directional shift in your life, it's okay that the journey breaks you sometimes. It's okay that the journey is not always beautiful and lovely and sunshine and rainbows, but sometimes it's clouds and it's knives and it feels horrible. That's okay. All of those things are okay. And regardless of how it feels, it's enough. It's enough, because the only way that we get through grief and the only way that we get through directional shifts and plot twists in our life is to go through them, right? We can't go around them. We can't go above them. We can't go below them, because if we try to do that, eventually it's going to come back to bite us in the ass. So the only way out of it is through it. And if we can go through it, no matter how hard it is, if we can go through it and feel everything, eventually we're going to be on the other side of it and we're going to stand on it and all the burning pile of ashes that it is and say, I did that. I went through that and it was part of my journey. And I am who I am today because I went through that. So wherever you are today, know that it's enough, and know that I'm walking with you, and know that it doesn't always have to be pretty, but as long as it's honest and as long as it's authentic, you're going to be okay eventually. I hope wherever you are, you know that I am sending you the biggest virtual hug. And I hope you have the most amazing day. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the love that you show this podcast today, last week, this week, and into the future. Talk to you soon.